Hello, my Teaserking family. How's everybody doing today? At the end of my pro video, I did say I would come on Saturday and have class and talk about Sunday, any changes or anything. So here I am. I'm here for you guys. Nothing today. Army, Navy. I took Army -1. They're just the better team. They're better coached, and I like Army. They make me a lot of money, so I will definitely root for them. Thursday, somehow they covered. Whoever Minnesota's offensive coordinator is should be fired. He has no idea what he's doing. I mean, this game goes over 62, 62, over under 43. So Vegas, so here's the whole point, right? Vegas has no clue on Pitt, Minnesota. I have Pitt as an under. They scored 28 on Mini. I got Mini as an even. They score 34. I have them as a weak defense, which is what happened. That's why I took Pitt in 9, because Minnesota's defense sucks. So Minnesota's got like a 19-0 lead or something like that. I don't know. I didn't watch. Too boring to watch. And what happened? So I'm watching the highlights, right? The 20-minute version of what happened. So they're way up. I think 16-0, 19-0. I mean, they're just killing them. And what does Kirk Cousins do? This is what, late third quarter, he throws an interception. Well, why are you throwing the ball over the middle in a spot that it can be intercepted? That gets Pitt on the board. They score again. Mini gets the lead. Then what do they do? Near the end of the game, it's 36-28, because they won by 8 and I had 9. What do? They throw another interception. Who's the play caller for this team? It's this guy's horrible. First of all, you don't know if they're a running team or a passing team. Cook plays. So you scored 36 on Pitt, but you got 20-something on the Lions with a late push in the fourth quarter. So you get shut out by the Lions. You put up 36 on Pitt. Who are you? I mean, welcome to mediocrity and confusion. Then, so Pitt scores and scores and scores again, and all of a sudden, Pitt makes it 28-19 to no, maybe it was 29. It goes 29 and Pitt scores, so it's 29-20, a 9-point difference. So what do the idiots do? They go for 2. Now, excuse me, but 9 I can't get. If I kick the extra point and I'm down 8, I get a 2-point conversion and tie the game up. But I can't do that. If I'm down 9, I can't get 9 points. I can only get 8. So please explain why you didn't kick the extra point to go down 8. I don't understand that. That's not logical. It makes no sense. You now are still down 9 because the freaking odds on getting the 2-point conversion are maybe 10%. They're not good. They're not like, oh, it's just a regular play. Excuse me. Look at how many times they go for it on 4th and 2 and don't make it. So now you're going for 2-point conversion. You think you're going to get it? I mean, the defense isn't stupid. They're gonna be up there. So what the fuck's going on in this game? How stupid are these coaches in this whole thing of analytics? Oh, well, it says to go for 2 mathematically. The mathematics is not right. The mathematics is not taking into account the ability to get the first down is 5%. What they're saying is if you get it, it's 60% you're going to win. But they're not saying, but the odds on you getting it are like 5%. The odds on you getting a 2-point conversion are maybe 5%, maybe 10 at the most. And it depends when you do it. Not when the game's on the line, it's probably 1%. If you need the 2 to tie the game at the end of the game, you're not getting it. Versus it's, well, even here, it's 29-20 and you're going for 2. For what reason would you go for 2 to get down 7? and they didn't make it. So now they're down 9, and then Mini scores again. So now you're down 16, and now you get it. And now you go for 2. Then you get it because you're down 16, but you have to go for 2. When you're down 9, so the score should have been 36-29, and then if you would have scored again, 36 all. But what are you doing going for 2 down 9 when you need? It's like basketball. You're down 1, and instead of driving the hoop and getting fouled or making a short shot for the 2, or you need 2 points, they try a 3-pointer. You're down 1, they try a 3-pointer, and your odds of getting a 3-pointer are 20%. I mean, unless you're Durant, or unless you're whatchamacallit, Mahomes, or the guy on San Francisco. What's his name? I don't know. Curry, Del Curry, or whatever. So unless you're those guys, you got maybe a 10% chance, especially when the game's on the line. It's probably even lower. But that's the same thing here. Why are you going for 2? Why did you get down 30 points to Kirk Cousins? And then why does Kirk Cousins start throwing stupid interceptions when he has no need to? You got a big lead. You got Cook, run the ball, or bring in Madison. I don't get it. So Cook now he's healthy to play, but he didn't play against the Lions. So what does that show you? They rested him against the Lions, and then you could have easily got up, and then you could have then rested him because if he's healthy enough today, he was healthy enough Sunday. So another bad coaching decision. This coach needs to be fired at Minnesota. The offensive coordinator should be looking for jobs at a gas station or something, because this guy is freaking clueless. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So let's quickly go down any changes that we see. KC, I see, is 9.5, 48. They've won 7 of the last 8. England. They both need the game. So now you have different reasons. KC wants to win the division and get a 1 seed, where Oakland is trying for a wild card. So there's a big difference. KC's obviously the better team and been playing well. And, they're at home, but they play them well. So the key is they match up well with them. That's what we're looking for here. New Orleans, 5.5 over the Jets. Over under 43. The Jets with the weak defense. Oakland with the weak defense gives up 27 or more. San Diego's with the strong defense. So if you just bet the fact that KC's got a better defense and Mahomes, and obviously a better coach, but not by a lot, you like KC there. New Orleans, 5.5. They're an under team, because they don't have a quarterback, so they don't score a lot. They have a good defense. The Jets are a Z team. They don't score, and they have a weak defense. I don't think New Orleans can do much against it. This is a game that you just sit there and go, I have no idea. The Jets is a home dog. Maybe they stay in. I think the game goes under, because neither team's got a quarterback, and, where are they going to get points? And Kamara, I don't think, is playing. Again, keep that on the radar. If he does play, then it's a New Orleans play, but he probably won't. So there's really no trend. It's just simply both teams suck, so take the under. Frisco, Cincy. Frisco's 1.5. I saw it 2. I bet it at 2, so I took 8. Over under 48.5. Burrow's finger is bothering him, but again, he's probable. So that means he's playing. It means it's not affecting his throwing. So I love Cincy as a home dog here. Frisco, to me, how are they favored? They've got Garoppolo, who stinks, and Burrow is much better. The fact they're at home doesn't really mean anything. Cincy's a good dog. They're not a good home team. San Francisco, I don't know how they can be favored over anybody. They lost at Seattle, and I would assume they'll lose here. I don't know how you can – okay, do you want Frisco? I don't know how you could do it. My line was Cincinnati -3. Okay, Burrow's finger, but he's probable, so he's going to play. So the line should be Cincinnati -3. Here you get here you're going to get 1.5 or 2, up to 7.5 or 8. You get over a touchdown with Cincinnati at home, the better team, because they're a B and Frisco's an E. Frisco's an even. Since he's got a good defense, I really like Cincinnati here. plus 7.5. Yes, Todd, I've already bet Cincinnati. I'm just marking it. I noticed I haven't marked my ink. I get my customers like auditing me. Oh, you had this look on your face. You highlighted something. Todd, they get it. They know I took Cincinnati. I'm giving Cincinnati. We all get it. Jacksonville, Tennessee. Tennessee's 8.5. Again, no Julio Jones, no Henry, no Brown, no receivers, no quarterback. Defense, who knows? Jacksonville, the worst team in the league. Again, I don't think Georgia could beat them. Jacksonville's a Z, weak defense. Tennessee should be able to score and then play tough defense and pressure Lawrence and into some turnovers. And I think the turnovers give Tennessee the win. Tennessee's won the last 4. This is a division game. There's a big trend on Tennessee. Jacksonville is a terrible dog, terrible on the road. This is all Tennessee. Take Tennessee here. Tannehill sucks, but the thing is, in the NFL, the backup running backs and receivers are pros. It's not like in college where the kid like just off of high school and he doesn't even know how to catch a pass. Here, these guys are pros, so they're taking guys from Texas Tech or Wake Forest in this case for this year, or Miami or North Carolina State. So these are your backs, right? So they can play. They played well in college. They're starters in college. It's not like these guys don't know what they're doing. So absolutely don't worry about Henry's not there. The backup's fine. Don't worry about it. Baltimore, Cleveland. Cleveland's still 3, over under 42.5. Baltimore's won the last 4. Again, I like Baltimore as the dog here, and I like the under in the game. I think this will be low scoring. Cleveland, they're both under teams. They both have good defenses, and you just play the strength. I think Cleveland's figured out Lamar. I think everybody's figured out Lamar Jackson. Just put pressure on him and don't let him just get to the outside and run. So if you just kind of pressure – but if you start pressuring the edges, he kind of slips underneath. So you just kind of keep build your wall around him, make him pass, and you got him because you can't pass. So I like Baltimore as the dog, but I also like the under, and I think the under is a better play, just because Cleveland could win by 10. Because if you got Lamar, then you're in trouble if he's behind. But Mayfield's injured. Baltimore's so injured. It's really smart not playing your guys in the preseason. It seems to be working well. Every team's got at least 20 guys on the injured list because they didn't play preseason, and now they're not ready. I mean, it's just amazing. Carolina and Atlanta. Atlanta 2.5, 41.5. There's a big trend on Atlanta in the game. They're 6-2 against Carolina. Carolina is a terrible home favorite. Atlanta's they're not great as a dog, but in the series they play Carolina twice a year. You got Cam Newton. He ain't going to beat anybody. He's like Garoppolo. He's terrible. Weak defense for Atlanta, strong defense for Carolina. But Carolina is an under team. They got no offense and a strong defense. Atlanta, Ryan should be able to get enough on them to score. So I like Atlanta to keep the game close, and they could easily win it. This is a dog. I can't see Cam Newton blowing out anybody. And I think, Ryan can certainly get enough points here. Over under only a 41 is very low. I wouldn't mess with the under in the game, but it defense Carolina with Cam Newton. So it looks like it'll be a close game. Tease the dog. Dallas, Washington. Washington's won the last 2, means Dallas has won the ones before. I see I'm having internet issues, I guess. Yesterday I was watching Netflix and it kept freezing. So I had to go and get off of it. But I don't know. There was a big tornado in Kentucky. Maybe it just killed power or whatever, but thank God I'm not in Kentucky. Where was I? Dallas, Washington. Dallas 4, now up to 4.5. You can get 10.5 in Washington. Over under 48. Dallas strong dog, Washington a weak dog. Strong defense. Washington's a weak defensive team. The trends on Dallas here, a good road favorite. Washington's not a good home dog. But in the series, Washington won the last two. It's a tough one because I don't know which team's showing up. Dallas, I'm never impressed with Dak Prescott. Yeah, I'm not negative on all the quarterbacks, but I'm honest, so you know where I stand with them. Like Cam Newton sucks. He wasn't terrible when he came in, but he wasn't great. He was no Joe Montana ever, but now he's really bad. And Lamar Jackson, but you also know Russell Wilson and Mahomes. I like them a lot, and obviously Rodgers and Brady. But when these quarterbacks suck, I try to tell you how I feel and how I view it. So Dallas, Washington. Again, I just don't know. I mean, Washington's playing well. They beat Seattle on the Monday night. They're at home. The weather's going to be sucky. I don't know. It's a good call. I mean, maybe what is it? I got to check the Army Navy totals just a second. I'm thinking about you get a tornado that is going to affect West Point. Oh, Jesus Christ. The over under there is 35. Well, okay, I'm not going to bet the under. I was thinking if it was in the 40s, I'd go under in the Army Navy game, but 35. See, there's a point when you see an 80-point game and you love the over, but it's 80, you can't bet it. 35, I can't go under 41. Normally, when it gets that low in this type of game, it goes over. The key is both teams know the other team's offense, and both teams practice against the other team's offense. So when they see it, they know what to do with it. That's why most teams struggle. They don't see it. They can't practice it, and that's why Army and Navy are so good. So Dallas, Washington. Washington, I just don't know. I don't have a feel. The trends, Dallas. Washington's been playing well and they're at home. I think I take Washington and 10.5 in a division game where they're not scared of Dallas. They play them twice a year. Seattle is now 8.5, 41.5 over Houston. I like, I don't know. Again, the eye test. Seattle played well last week, so who knows? Tyrod Taylor, as far as I know, is the quarterback. That's a whole different Houston team with a good quarterback. Strong defense for Seattle, which is surprising. Normally they have a weak defense, and Houston with a weak defense. I would think Russell Wilson will have a big game now that he's found himself, but again, we're not sure. So it's a real toughie to figure out here. What Seattle is Russell Wilson all back, and then what will Tyrod Taylor do? Superficially, neither team needs the game. Seattle's gone, Houston's gone. So it's just, do you trust Seattle with Russell Wilson? I'm not playing. There is a trend on Seattle, but again, that's with Mills, not Tyrod Taylor. So you have to look at that. Detroit, Denver. Denver's laying 10. That spread shot up from 7.5. I bet Denver at 7.5 Monday, Tuesday. 10. Let's see, over under 42. Obviously, somebody's injured on Detroit. I don't know if. Let's see. Let's go check the injuries and see what's going on in there. All right, Detroit. So Detroit injuries. Bunch of no names. DeAndre Swift has been rolled out, but he didn't play last week, and they beat Minnesota. I'm looking to see if Goff's injured. A bunch of see now you know why the Lions are terrible. They don't have any players on their teams. Well, according to this, I mean, I don't know. Somebody from Denver, Melvin Gordon, was limited in practice. He's questionable. He didn't make the line go up. Hamler's out. No kidding. He's been out. No quarterback. I don't honestly get this line. Denver should be a 7, was a 7.5, jumped to 10. I don't understand it. I don't like Denver laying 10. I don't like 7. I laid 1. 10. I don't understand it. Just because the running back's out, he was out last week. So I think it's a bit high to take Denver -4. Over under 42, probably an under. Strong defense, Denver. Weak defense, Detroit. No real trend. The spread's too high, and for no reason. If Goff's out, fine. I could justify it, but this line's too high. Stay away. Giants in San Diego. San Diego 10, 43.5. I believe Jake Fromm will start, and if Jake Fromm starts, I love the Giants in 16. The receivers out for San Diego. Whatchamacallit? Okay, all right. Back to the drawing board. Keenan Allen. There we go. If I think about it long enough, I pick it up. So Keenan Allen's out. The Giants are a strong road dog. Big trend here is the Giants. San Diego's a weak home favorite, but I'm betting it for Jake Fromm. I've already made the bet, 10.5. I think I was 11 at the time I took the Giants. Now it's down to 10 and going down to 9.5. So if Fromm is the quarterback, that's my play. If the other guy is the quarterback, I don't like the Giants. I only like them with Fromm. Tampa Bay, Buffalo. Tampa's 3.5, 53. I took Tom Brady. This should be a 7-point spread down to 1. Instead of it's a 3 or 3.5, you get 2.5 or 3. I prefer a 3. Getting 3, a push is there, but Tampa Bay, I think, wins this game easy. I think it's at least a 10-point win. I'm going to say 30-20 Tampa. I don't know if Buffalo can score 20, though, because it's just Josh Allen running, and he can't. He's not going to – what's he going to do in the red zone if he gets there? All Tampa Bay here. Chicago, Green Bay 12, 53. I like Green Bay. They've won the last 5. They're good at home. The Bears with Fields make it even worse. Strong defense, Green Bay against Fields won't do anything. So take Green Bay in the 6. It's a big number. So keep it under 7. Now here's where I got to argue with people out here in Vegas. Don't, it's too high, or, it's like, is the bet good? Pick the score. You got Fields and Rodgers, Khalil Mack's out. As far as I know, Adams is playing, Devontae Adams, and I don't know if Jones is playing the running back. But as far as I'm concerned, give me the score of the game, and I see like 30-3. I mean, I don't see this game being close. Why can't I go and lay 12 down to 6? If I think the game's going to be not close, and these teams are way different and Fields sucks, then I don't see the problem. I only see the problem when I take the dog. So like Tampa Bay, Buffalo, I wouldn't take 12 and lay 6. I would take the 18. But here, I don't see how the Bears are going to do much. Where are they going to get their points from? Fields, they'll blitz the hell out of Fields. Green Bay's got a great defense. They're at home. I'm sorry. Green Bay needs the game for the 1 seed. They've already beaten Arizona, but then they had that other loss. So now Green Bay needs the game. If they tie Arizona, they're the 1 seed, which means they get the bye. So there's a big incentive. They should have 2 buys like they used to. This is stupid. But you should reward the team and make them keep playing, is my point. So here, just take Green Bay laying 6. I don't care that it's over 8 and you get 2. There is no rule of teasers. If there was, I'm the rule. I'm the exception. I am the sharp. I am the professor. So there is no rule. If you think a game is going to be a blowout, which this one is, and you got to lay 12 to go under 6, I would say keep it under 7. I understand that, but just because the spread's more than 8, I don't see why you wouldn't bet it. If the Tampa Bay spread's 3 and you got to take 3, I don't see any reason not to take it. Tampa Bay is going to win the game. I want to bet Tampa. I'm getting a break that the spread's not 7 down to 1. It's actually I get 3. So I'm failing to understand all that. And then Arizona 2.5 over LA. I like the dog here. The Rams won the last 4 in Arizona. Arizona's terrible at home. The Rams need the game more than Arizona. I think everybody's sick of Kyler Murray running around. I'd like to see him flatten him and knock him out. Would be good. So I like the Rams and the 8. I like the under in the game just because Arizona's got a pretty good defense. The Rams with Stafford has taken away their strong defense and made it weak because he throws too much. He doesn't get the concept of we need to run to rest the defense. We need to run to score in the red zone. We can't pass in the red zone and score. And he doesn't understand that. He doesn't rest his defense, and therefore he that's the problem. So I like the Rams in 8.5. So the over-unders this week, the under in the Jets game, the under in Baltimore, Cleveland, the over Dallas, Washington, the under Detroit, Denver, the Giants in San Diego with I don't know. Again, over the Bears, Green Bay under, and the Rams, Arizona under. Only because I think 51 is too high for the Rams in this type of game. So you want to increase your bankroll. This is about bankroll. This is we're betting the future. We're predicting the future, and I'm pretty damn good at it because I look at what's going on and why. You always ask the why. You always look at the game without a point. Just look at a game. Michigan, Georgia. Give me a score. And when you give me a score, you've answered the question why you want to bet it, because then the line will take you to where you're at. My prediction is Georgia 28, Michigan 7. Again, I think Georgia comes to play. I think they're upset. I think they laid down against Alabama, and I think they're upset here that they lost. They should not be the number 3 seed. They should still be the 1 seed because let's face it, Alabama lost to A&M. Alabama beat LSU 20-14. LSU stinks this year, and they tied Auburn 10-10. So how is Alabama the number 1 team in the country when Georgia killed everybody? So because they lay down to let Alabama in the playoff, they are going to be they're going to be pissed anyway. But they're just going to dominate Michigan. Michigan's not going to be able to run on this team. No fucking way. And I just see another shutout. I don't know. I don't see Michigan doing a lot against them offensively. Defensively, they'll put pressure, but Georgia they can run, and I'm not worried about Georgia scoring, but I think it will be a low scoring game. I was reading a thing on YouTube where a guy loves the over because he says, well, Michigan averages 37 points a game. Here's where I argue about eye tests. So in an eye test, Michigan beats Ohio State. Michigan averages 37 points a game. The over-under is 43. How can the game not go over? Well, because you don't look at an eye test. You look at what the hell is reality, which is Georgia's defense doesn't – look at the eye test on Arkansas, right? Arkansas averages 40 a game. What was the score? 34-0 Arkansas, or 37-0. They shut out Arkansas. Arkansas is the exact same team as Michigan. Power running, a good passing, same team. Georgia shut them out. You can say, well, look, Arkansas averages, I think they average 40 points a game. I'll get you the exact number if you hold down 1 second. What the hell do I get here? All right, let's see. Where's my college? This hopefully doesn't take too long. But this has been my point with Georgia. They're shutting out teams like Arkansas. That's I don't know if you call that an eye test. I don't believe in an eye test that you play different teams and have it. Oh, okay, I came up pretty good. All right. So Alabama averages 42 a game and puts up that on Georgia. But Tennessee averaged 38, and they got shut out. Kentucky averages 33 and scored 7. Florida averages 32 and scored, I think, 7. Arkansas averages 31.5 and scores nothing. Missouri averages 30 and got shut out. I believe they beat Auburn. I think Georgia plays Auburn every year. They averaged 30 and they got shut out. I don't think they played. They played LSU's 27, and South Carolina's terrible. And I don't know if they played Vanderbilt. Yeah, they probably killed Vanderbilt. Yeah, I think they beat them 58-0. But Georgia gives up 7 points. Well, what is it now? Maybe 8 points a game. So if let's look at the difference between Arkansas and Michigan. Arkansas, 31 a game, gives up 24. KJ Jefferson, running type of quarterback, a duel. They have a running back, Smith. They throw for 224, run for 217, 441. Very balanced attack. And again, so keep that in mind, 31 and 24. And we scroll down to Michigan, who's 37 and 17. So a little bit better offense, a little bit better defense. McNamara, decent quarterback, Corum, a good running back. They throw for 220 and run for 220. 451. So they're at 37-17, 451. And Arkansas is a 31-24, 441. So they're 224 passing, 217. Michigan was like 225 each. So you're basically playing Arkansas here. If you want a little bit more to get like the same stats, look at Tennessee, 38-27. They shut out Tennessee. I think Tennessee put up 7 on them. I don't know. So that's about all you can go by is the Tennessee kind of equaling Michigan. Tennessee throws for 240, runs for 212. They shut them down. So that's my point, is look at what they've done to Tennessee. Kentucky scores 33, Florida 32, Arkansas 32, Missouri 30. And believe me, the stats are higher. And then when they play Georgia and you add a shutout to it, it makes them worse than, so if you take the Georgia game out, Tennessee's probably a 40-point team and Kentucky's a 37 and Florida's a 35 and Arkansas is a 35. So this is my point. So when you look at it and then you look at Michigan, there's not a whole lot different going on between them. And we look at what you did. So what Alabama did was just simply because of the laydown. So what happened? So Kirby Smart is an assistant for what's his name? I always forget this guy's name. I don't know, for the Alabama coach. Fuck it. So what does he do? Well, we'll get you in the playoff. Don't worry. Wink, wink. We'll lay down. You guys can score. And that's what happened. So the only way Alabama could get in is to beat Georgia, which is what happened, but Georgia's in. You should penalize Georgia for laying down and throw them out of the playoff, but they're by far the best team, so you can't. But that's what should have happened. It happened years ago. Nebraska was playing Colorado, I think, and they were in. They were like the number 1 team, and Colorado needed the game to get in, and Colorado beat them like 77-0 or something. when the team's back is not against the wall versus the team's back that is against the wall, the team that's backed against the wall will win. Lesson number 21 in the professor's guidelines here. So what happened was I didn't respect Alabama's back against the wall, and Georgia laid down. I just thought if Georgia plays, they're going to win, but Georgia didn't need to play. My fault. I apologize. I fucked up. But I'm getting it back now. And all the other Georgia games we won a ton on. So, yeah, we lost that one. And, yeah, I'm pissed off about losing Georgia also. I'm losing these too. So it's not just, you can get mad and upset. And I'm losing them too. So Georgia beats Michigan. Alabama, Cincinnati, I got to really look at if Cincinnati can hang on with them. They're going to be – it's basically Alabama, Ohio State. And basically, we'll see what happens. I need to feel that game, and I don't right now. I don't think. See, here's the problem with betting. This is the problem with Vegas. This is the problem with the bettor. They look at the last game. So you don't look at Alabama Auburn where it was 10-10 and say, Alabama has no offense. What you look at is Alabama beating Georgia. Well, you can't forget the Auburn game. You can't forget the LSU game, and you can't forget the Texas A&M game. They happen, and they look like shit in those games. So you can't ignore that fact of this is what happened in those games. So that's what you must look at, and when I look at the whole piece, I think Cincinnati's got a chance because I don't think Alabama's that strong. You can't just look at the Georgia game. And keep in mind, Georgia didn't try. So you really got to understand that. Do you really want to lay 13? I think that number, I probably have a 7 on that game. I probably have Alabama laying 7, no more. Remember, Cincinnati walked into Notre Dame and killed them. So they are definitely capable, and they have definitely done it. Right? They go into Notre Dame in a big game and kill them. I mean, they should have won by like 30. So keep that in mind. They went to the big game and played it. Sorry if my internet, I can see I'm better's Alabama than Notre Dame. Not a lot. It's not a lot different, Alabama, Notre Dame. And Cincinnati went to Notre Dame and beat them, so they can certainly beat Alabama. But the internet looks shaky. Anyway, any questions or comments? I haven't seen any yet. I come on for you guys to do this today versus tomorrow. So I'll make up questions. So scores, Tampa 30-20. Dallas, Washington, I think it's a 24-21 game. Baltimore, Cleveland, 17-14. Frisco, Cincy, I think Cincinnati wins 24-21. Oakland, KC by 13. I'll just say that. Green Bay, Chicago, I said Green Bay like 31-3. And Arizona and the Rams, I'm picking 28-27. I think the Rams give them all they want. I think they win. We'll see. Best over-under on the board, Baltimore, Cleveland under. Arizona Rams under, and Buffalo Tampa over. I think Brady lights up Buffalo. I don't think they're all that strong. Jake Fromm, if he plays, you're going to see why I like him. He'll definitely score a lot on San Diego. He's a good player. I don't understand Buffalo letting him go like he sucks. This is the problem. They don't know that Josh Allen is not a good quarterback, right? They think he's good for some reason. Just like Baltimore thinks Lamar Jackson's a good quarterback. He's not. He's not going to win you. Now, I don't know what your point is. If your point is to be a decent team and get attendance, and we don't care that we won't win a playoff game, start Josh Allen, start Lamar Jackson, and you won't win anything. You're not going to beat Mahomes. You're not going to beat who else is out there in the AFC? Baltimore. I don't think you're going to beat Cincinnati in a playoff game. Tennessee you can beat because of that, but I don't know if you're going to beat Indy if they get there. They're off this week. I hate that. Indy and New England, 2 good teams I could bet on, are off. This is the problem with the pros. Okay, Indy's playing good. Oh, wait, they're not on. Oh, New England, look at that. They're not on. I mean, it really sucks. And then you get the bye, and it's very tough because they're now out of sync, and it's hard to bet them after a bye. And you can't use those bye trends. When people say, well, they're really good. Andy Reid's great after a bye. Well, the problem with it, so let's see, did KC come off a bye? They beat Denver 22-9. The problem with it is it throws your timing and rhythm off. So now your timing and rhythm is off. How do you react? And it's always off of a bye. You waste the first quarter getting your timing down. That's why most of these teams lose in the playoffs is when they rest their players 1 week, then they get a bye. So now they're off 2 weeks. So here you haven't played in 2 weeks. What do you do in the first game? They lose 99 times out of 100. That's when Pittsburgh beat Peyton Manning, and when he was on Indy with the bus, he sat out for a bye. He sat out because they had clinched the division, and they go ahead and lose to Pittsburgh. I think that was the year they're like 13-0, and then they don't. It's like pulling a pitcher with a no-hitter. Well, you pitched 100. I think you're tired. That's the stupidest thing. These other going for twos and going on 4th and 1 at your own 20 are the second stupidest things I've ever heard of. You got to play ball control, and you've got to attack the quarterback. Now, the league's so fucked up that if the quarterback runs, you still can't touch him. It's ridiculous. Once he's a runner, then you got to tell him not to run if you're going to put him in a dress and say don't hit him. You can't hit the quarterback. But if you're going to do that, put him in a dress, then okay, but then he can't run. You can't have it both ways. You can't have a Lamar Jackson running for 20 yards, then you can't tackle him. Or you can't knock Josh Allen out as he's going. He's not out of bounds. He's still in bounds. He's live. I'm going to tackle him. Oh, wait, you tackled him. Oh, that's you hit him too. You tackled him too hard. We can't have that. This is tackle football. We can't have hard tackles. The whole game is just it's so bad. It's getting very hard to watch. You can throw up. I turn on old games. I watch old Steeler, old Raider, and Joe Montana games. The Bears with Walter Payton. I watch those games. I don't even waste my time with this crap that's on now. So it's what's hard is how do you handicap things where everybody's dancing around? The coaches, 7 coaches have changed the last 4 years. 7. You've had 28 new fucking coaches in 4 years. What is that? So you're hiring a guy who's never. Then you find out he can't coach, and then you let him go after 2 years. Seriously, you're hiring the guy who's never coached. Look at the Lions. This is the 3rd coach in a row they've hired who doesn't know how to coach. And then in 2 years, when you let him go, never is it, gee, that was a bad decision hiring a guy who's never coached before. And then what's your new hire is another guy that's never coached before. How do you hire Patricia? How do you hire any New England assistant? Because none of them are any good because it's all Belichick. You hire the assistants who suck. And then it's almost like a rigged game where New England's saying, hire these guys, and they know they're not good. And then it keeps New England on top because you keep hiring New England assistants who never coached before and don't know how to coach. The only one's Mike Vrabel, and it's because he played at Ohio State. He's probably got Urban Meyer or whoever was the coach back then. Tressel, I think. He's got that mentality, so he knows how to coach because he played for him. Otherwise, you've got to be kidding me. It's so bad. What else can I teach? So the other thing is an eye test. There's no such thing as you can't go over and under. You can't switch from a -3 to a +3. That's all garbage and crap, and don't listen to it. You bet your bankroll what you can afford. So if you got $1,000 bankroll, you're betting gold and silver. Protection, but it is an investment. It will go up. I am buying it, A, to protect my money, but B, because it will go up. It has to go up because when you lower the value of the dollar, gold it takes dollars to buy gold. It's an ounce of gold. It's not like tuna where all of a sudden you make it a 6-ounce can to a 4-ounce can and you still charge $2 for it. This is an ounce of gold. It's still an ounce of gold. It'll always be an ounce of gold. It takes more money to buy it because you're you're fucking with the money supply and you're printing it. And the more you print, the less it's worth. So it has to go up. So right now it's being maintained low by price fixing. So when I watch these idiots on TV, 90% are idiots. The only one I like is Mike Maloney, who's an Austrian who actually makes sense. I would advise to watch and listen to Mike Maloney. These other guys, anybody that shows you a technical chart on gold or silver is a freaking idiot. You cannot, okay, let's compare me with them. Now my master's is Austrian economics and finance, but let's use football as a way to technical gold and silver. So what do? And I sit there and I go, you can't technically trend Tampa Bay because Tom Brady's only been there a year. So I can't go back 5 years and look at Tampa trends and stats. It makes no sense because he wasn't there. Winston was. And you can only track quarterbacks. So if Brady isn't there, I can't track him. I got to go to New England. But since he's not at New England, I can't look at New England in the last 2 years because I don't have any trend. Now I got Mac Jones. So my trends for New England start this year. Going forward, I need 3 good years to track Mac Jones. Stafford goes to the Rams. All the Rams trends are no good. The Lions have Goff. All the Lion trends are gone. It just goes team by team. If we look at the teams, all right, KC, you can stay because of Mahomes. On Oakland, you can stay, but they got a new coach. New Orleans, they lost Breeze. You can't use their trends. The Jets, Zach Wilson can't use, but he's been injured. Cincinnati with Burrows, you can only go back to last year. Jacksonville, Lawrence, you can only go this year. Tennessee with Tannehill, you can use, but now Henry's out, so you got to be careful. Baltimore has Jackson and Harbaugh. You can look the last 3 years. Cleveland with Mayfield and a new coach, but you can kind of use them because Mayfield's now been there. This is I think his 3rd year. Atlanta with Ryan, yes, but they have a new coach. Carolina last year, so you can maybe use the last 3 years and blend last year. Washington with Heineke and the new coach, Rivera. Hard to use their trends. Seattle, Coach Pete and Wilson, yes, you can use theirs. Houston, Tyrod Taylor, you can't really use that. I don't even know who their coach is. Detroit, nope. Stafford's gone. New coach, can't use their trends. Denver, you've got, I don't know who their quarterback, Bridgewater, can't use their trends. Giants, Jake Fromm, can't use their trends. San Diego, yeah, you can with Herbert. Buffalo, yes, with Allen. Tampa Bay, the last year and this year with Brady. Chicago, Fields, can't use. Green Bay, Rodgers, yes, you can. The Rams with Stafford, no. And then Arizona, you can use the last 2 years. So this is the problem. I cannot give you, except for maybe Kansas City and maybe Dallas and Seattle, can I give you technical trends, which means looking at as a home dog, this team is 12-1 as a home dog. That means anything with 99% of these teams because of the change, right? Well, it's a new quarterback. The quarterback's the one key guy that you're trending. So therefore, you cannot look at old trends. It's new quarterback. So that's why I'm kind of fucked. And I'm feeling my way in the dark here going, well, I can't really, it's hard to lock. Or I locked Minnie's okay. I could take Pitt with Roethlisberger, and he was a good dog, and Kirk Cousins sucks. So, yeah, I took Pitt. But I'm taking solid teams that I like. Brady, now I got almost a 2-year trend on Brady. He's Buffalo, Josh Allen. You pressure him, he sucks. Rodgers against the Bears, I can use that trend. So it's kind of like, yeah, I can kind of use them. When they analyze gold and they look at a technical trend, I laugh. I go, what the fuck are you talking about? It's price fixed by COMEX. So therefore, when you look at the price of gold on COMEX, it's not real. It's JP Morgan and the banks and the Chinese lowering the price by putting in these puts to lower the price without owning any gold. So they're just writing, I'm betting against gold to drop, which lowers the price. And then what happens? China comes in and Russia, and they buy gold, they buy the physical coins or the bars because the price is lower. That's what they're doing. That's the reason they're doing it. How the fuck do you technically tend something that isn't real? It's not the market. The market is not dictating it. The market's more the coins, right? So when you go on eBay and you see a 1 ounce gold coin for $2,100, that's the market. And even that market isn't right because it's still kind of looking at COMEX and they're going, oh, that's 1,800. So I can do a little bit of premium. Even the premiums are fucked per spot. The spot isn't real. So the $100 isn't real. That's still not market. That's why I'm saying silver is probably 300 an ounce, but we're talking about it as a money, not even as the fact you can't get it anymore and it's short supply. Well, short supply of oranges, and oranges cost more. Short supply of meat. And I just went to the grocery store and it's $12, $13 a pound for New York strip because there's a distribution shortage, which is bullshit, creating that scarcity. So anytime there's scarcity, price goes up. But wait, why isn't price going up in gold? So that's the point. So any guy you see, anybody on it, hi Andrew, Saints money line, only if Kamara plays. Take the Tampa Bay money line. So the scarcity of the gold warrants the fact that price should be high like every other scarcity. So you basically got to be betting. You've got to know that this is what's going on. It's fixed. So therefore, there can't be any technical trends on it. It's impossible because, like me showing you, I can't do a technical trend on the Rams because this is Stafford's first year. I can't look at last year's trends. He wasn't there. And therefore, a technical trend on gold is not real because it's not a real market. It's a bullshit market aimed at keeping the price low so the Chinese and the Russians and other central banks can buy it low. So if me and you, I want to go buy steaks for $5, I can't. There's nowhere to buy the steaks. Food shortage. There's no food shortage. There's a Nabisco and Kraft are fucking us over by raising their prices. But if I go and get my hamburger, still, if I get sirloin, it's still about $6 a pound. That really hasn't gone up. I guess I just bought broccoli, cauliflower, my blueberries and strawberries. They're the same price. They really haven't gone up or down too much. Only the cereals that are run by Kraft and General Mills, they're the guys fucking everybody over. Not so it's really, yes, there's inflation, but they're really the ones gouging it. Nah, I don't see it in my cauliflower. Still $2 for a cauliflower. Nick, how are you today? Who you got in the game today, Professor? Yeah, I mean, I got Army. I told you the other presentation Saturday. I liked Army. I was gonna take the under, but it's 35, so I'm not fucking with the teaser under. What the weather's like with this tornado. Andrew, buy food on special. Look at I agree with you, Andrew. When I see steak on special, I buy 20 pounds of it and throw it in the freezer, especially New York strip. There's a store in Michigan, Cattleman's, and it's like a wholesale meat store. And you go in, there's a whole slab of steaks, and they run it through the saw, and they give you, and you walk out with like 10 New York strips at a very good price. So that's what I did when I was living there. But yeah, of course. Well, yeah, but fruits and vegetables have not really changed. Again, just Nabisco and Kraft and stuff like that are the ones screwing everybody over. Even gas jumped when Biden took over, is really stable. I just filled up at 292. It really hasn't gone up since then. Costco, my psychological problem with Costco is paying to shop there. I don't pay when I go into Target or Kroger or Bush's grocery stores that I go to. Why do I want to pay to shop at Costco? I never got the concept, but I do. If I really want something, if I want a new TV or a new computer, I just grab a friend and I go, let's go. And then she takes me and then I pay and I get a good discount. at Costco, but I don't. My problem is I didn't want to buy 10 boxes of Cheerios, and because you got to buy bulk, and I just would go to Target and buy my Cheerios or whatever. But now I don't even eat. I stay away from sugar, so I don't eat carbs and I don't eat cereal, bread, and all that stuff. So if you really want to get healthy and lower your blood pressure, don't eat carbs. Trust me, I lost 60 pounds. And I go, yeah, you're right, Andrew. I agree. It's just the concept of paying the shop I don't like. But if I was going to buy like something major, I would probably join, because I know I'm going to save $75, $90 on the membership right off the bat, buying a new TV set or something. Keeping an eye on the Bears-Packers line. Like you said, Bears have their own action in the state, very shady. Yeah, I mean, I don't quite get why that line's jumped so high. I mean, to me, Fields is playing. Isn't he the greatest gift? I didn't see like Rodgers is playing. It's not a surprise. He hurt his toe, playing with a broken toe, but he's played the last few games with it. It's not he numbs it up, and he probably has a brace on and he plays. So I don't really get Khalil Mack's out. Green Bay's going to kill him. I think they win by 30 in that game, but that's what I look at. But anyway, so buy your gold and silver because the currency is getting fucked over. And once that's fucked, then the money's going to be worthless. So that's the problem. Once they lose confidence in the U.S. dollar, which most countries have, and they're trying to get away from it. And the problem is they want to go to another, like a digital currency is the same fiat problem. You can only really own gold or silver. Bitcoin is a scam. If you own it, sell it, take your profit and run. It is not gold in any stretch of the imagination. I can walk into Toyota with a gold coin and buy a car with it. Okay. I can do that. I can't do that. First of all, there are no such thing as Bitcoin. There's no asset with it. It's not money. If you think it's a currency, it's not. I apologize. I'm freezing. I see my hand for 10 minutes. But it's not a currency. Bitcoin, I can't walk into Target and use it, right? If it's not a currency. The only money is gold and silver. So let's keep that in mind. The U.S. dollar is currency. It's not money. Only money is gold and silver. Is my Tom Brady rookie card money? No, but at least I own it, right? That's my problem with Bitcoin. I don't own anything. And if nobody buys it, the price goes down. And there's nothing keeping the price up because it's not worth anything. You get out of US dollars, you buy gold and silver. That's what saves you. That's what's going to save me and my friends is I'm going to have gold and silver. I'm going to say, here, we can eat. If you don't, your US dollars goes to nothing. Your Bitcoin, what's it valued in? US dollars. So 70,000 US dollars turns into nothing. What is your Bitcoin worth? Nothing. So just all I'm saying is if you got it, cash it in, take your profit, be thankful, and off you run and buy as much gold and silver as you can. I know gold's expensive, so buy more silver. That price is low. And again, it's price fixed. It's worse than a basketball game and a football game, the price fixing going on in gold and silver. But you've got to understand it. Just like there's cheating and fixing in the NFL and the NBA and college, teams laying down in college, the penalties by the refs for a holding call or a pass interference. I love when they throw pass interference when the guy catches the ball. See, look, I threw a penalty on it. Yeah, he caught the ball. It was a catch anyway. You don't need the pass interference. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of crooked shit. Go watch Money Heist. I loved it. I watched it again. I'll watch it again, especially season 5. The lesson learned. Now, for you Money Heist fans, I think Raphael knew because it was the Viking goal episode where they switched it. I think that's exactly why they showed you that episode, and that's exactly what happened. Because if you look at the actual gold, when they're making it, when the Serbians are making it, there's nothing on the gold. When you look at what Raphael puts under the house, it's got the picture of the gang, right? The mask picture. When you look at the money in the bank at the end, it's got the mask insignia on it. That's the fake gold. Because the one part they don't show you is when did they make the fake gold? So there's the real gold that they got from the bank and they reforged. And then there's the fake gold they gave them at the end. Where did they get that from? And that's where I'm saying Raphael obviously gave them that. So that was his part of the plan, but they never really got into it. So what he was doing was leading him on a wild goose chase. So that would be the gold they'd return to the bank, because they had to return the gold to get out because there's no tunnel they could get out of. So the professor, again, being the professor. So that's what I'm trying to be, is the professor, where I'm trying to think of all these things for us in class and teach and understand, because there's a whole lot of variables and a whole lot of bullshit going on in gold and the currency and Bitcoin. And in this, Bitcoin is just a mirage. It's not real. It's just like, oh, he's got a TV clicker. Oh, it's worth $60,000. And I'll get a bunch of you guys to I paid $60,000 for it. Then you get other idiots to pay $60,000 for it. It's not worth $60,000. It's a $9 clicker. Bitcoin is not worth $60,000. First of all, there isn't anything there to make it worth it. It's not money because you can't buy anything with it. All you have is a thing that's people have bid it up to 60,000. 60,000 what? I don't know. There is no value. There's no gold. There's no value in it. In these cryptocurrencies, they're just saying it's a currency, but it's not. Until you can go into Target and use it, you can't. Until you can get paid in it and you can use it for grocery store and the gas station and your normal, go buy clothes with it, you can't. So until you can do that, it's nothing. The fact that country did it, they probably didn't have any gold to do it with, but you'd rather have currency backed by gold. Problem is countries don't like gold because they can't print more than they have. And you need it for the social programs and you need it for the military. It's too expensive. So you need to print more money to get for the military. That's why they don't like the gold, but the gold's the only currency. It's been around since the Roman. My gold's probably from Julius Caesar. I'm hoping it's like Julius Caesar, insignia rubs off on it. But anyway, so what else? So Money Heist, very, very clever show. I don't know why they're stopping it now as they're getting such a huge thing and they end it. It's like, dudes, what are you doing? You're out of your mind. Now's the time you come out with the season 3. You can easily do a third heist. Maybe the professor's kid gets involved. Maybe there's somebody who stole the gold from the house and who knows? Although the professor, that's what he was good at. He'd buy the Serbians, he'd buy the electronic people in Pakistan. He was very good at making good friends that were loyal, and then smart enough to use her and put her on his side, so she finds the gold at the end. That was the brilliance of the professor. It was like, I'm not going to get mad at you. I'll help you out. I'll be your friend and take care. And I'll leave you with this. This is the problem with one guy, one girl getting married or you're dating. Like the professor, he loved Lisbon, but he loved Tokyo. And that's my point. You love more than one person. So this whole idea of marriage to one person and not talking to others is insane. And when I see a girl that I like and her boyfriend's there, I just laugh. I'm going, this has absolutely 0% chance of working, because eventually you meet other people that you like, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's the way life is. And you should enjoy that you've met another person that you like and love, and you want to help and take care of them and have them in your life. You should have as many people in your life as you can. And this whole mentality, and I think men are the worst. I think they're so and controlling the girl. You can't talk to him. You can't look at him. I just laugh when I see that because I know exactly what's going on. I might play stupid sometimes, but I know exactly what's going on. And I just feel sorry for the girl going, you're fucked. You're in a bad situation. Anyway, just some thoughts. It's a Saturday waiting. I think Army Navy is about to start. And I'll probably watch more Money Heist tonight. And I got a steak to cook. So anyway, good luck this weekend. I'll have at least, I think, 4 locks in the college bowls. You can buy the bowls. They start next week. It's $100 for all the bowls, all the locks that included in the bowls. I think why don't you give me 150 and I'll give you the rest of the year. I'll give you the bowls and the rest of the NFL, and you get the lock. Whenever I do a package, it includes the locks. If you buy the pros, you get the pro locks. If you buy the college, you get the college and the locks. That's why I say buy the whole thing and you get all the locks, or you can just buy the locks. But the problem with me buying the locks is I use the locks in other regular games. So if I lock, I don't know. If I lock, what did I lock last week? So if I locked last week, I locked New England over Buffalo. Well, so you got it in the lock. What you're missing is I want you to think for yourself. So look at my other plays. So if I lock New England against Buffalo, play New England in another teaser. I play them in teasers, and it helps because it takes the odds away. I don't have to go 4-0. I got to go 3-0, and I found a lock to go 3-0 with. That's the point, and that's why you play it. So I want you to be smart enough if you buy the locks to realize those locks are going in 2 teasers. 99% of the time I lock it, it's in 2 teasers. Even if it's 29 units or 17, it doesn't matter. The lock's a feel. And but that when you do that, keep in mind it's going in a second play. So that's why I prefer you buy the opposed to just the locks, because you got to know what to do with the locks. And again, we're way ahead of the curve. This is a very analytical show, and it's a very high level. That's why I call it a master's. This is not 2 guys. This is professor laying out a bank plan, right? And he's got all the contingencies. That's what I'm doing here. This is a very, very high level way to bet. It's a way to win. I've been doing it since 1977. I figured out I'd bet the Steelers back then, and I'd have them in 2-3 teasers, and Roger Staubach and Joe Montana. I would have them in 3 teasers a week, just about. So that's really this is a master's level betting, and this is about winning, betting to win. It's really what this is. Betting a teaser. We're using teasers because we are smart enough to understand how to use the 6 points in our advantage, and then going, I can use it in this game, and I can find 5 games where I use that 6 points in my advantage. And what I'm saying is this year it's harder because of all the changing. Brady's at Tampa and Stafford's at Times and Goff's now at Detroit, and Fields is starting and Lawrence is starting. These idiots, they have no idea. That's why I bitch, because they have no idea. You can't start Lawrence now. You shouldn't be starting Zach Wilson. You shouldn't be starting Fields. They're not ready. And so you got to wait at least 2 years for these guys' trends, and then you'll see they all suck. Just like Josh Allen was hot, and now they're catching on to him, and he runs too much, and he's not a very good thrower, and he can't read a blitz. I can figure that out. I'm sure they can, although I'm probably at a higher level than most of these coordinators and most of these GMs than they are, because I understand. I am always asking why. Why did I bet it? Why did I win? Why did I lose? If you can do that, you can gamble. It's not even gambling. You're going to win, because you can see what's going to happen, and then you see it the next time. So, like, I don't know. I like the Green Bay Chicago game. I can already see Green Bay is going to blow them out. Because of Fields, Max out, and everything else. Anyway, so that's what's happening. Good luck. I know I've been having internet issues during this show. Not sure what's going on. Anyway, any more questions, let me know. Good luck, Nick and Andrew. And Todd, my man, I know you're out there listening some point. Good luck. Any other questions or comments? Gold, money heist, Bitcoin, football, anything. It's all kind of related. It's all kind of controlled and manipulated. And the more you understand about it, the smarter you are, and the more money you can make, and the more money you can avoid losing. And really, that's the same thing. Folding your poker hand is as good as winning a big hand, is not losing a big hand. So you buy gold and silver to not lose with your currency. You buy gold to win. You get away from Bitcoin so you don't lose. And you bet on the Packers in Tampa to win and not to lose, betting on Buffalo and Chicago. So it's as important to win as important to not lose. And that's the lesson learned here. So that's what that's the real hammer I'm trying to nail in here is you're doing a lot of things to not lose as you are to win. That's why I go through the trends. So the trends are some of the trends are helpful, but I try to tell you these old Tampa trends are not helpful. I got an argument with the customer who said, "Oh, I love the last 10 games with Tampa went over," and I go, "It's meaningless. Brady's only been there 1 year. You can look at the Brady trend last year, and that's it. You can't go back 2 years and look at any Tampa trend because it doesn't matter. It's not real." It's with Winston. He's not there. The trends are with Winston. These trends are with Brady. You got totally different trends. You can't look at meaningless trends. That's what they're doing with the technical stuff with the gold market. They're looking at technical trends of what happened in the 70s and 80s, and it's not the same. And it's meaningless because it's being forced down, not technically, but so the Chinese and the Russians can buy. That's not a technical trend you can use and say, "Oh, well, now it's going to shoot up." No, it doesn't. It has nothing to do with it. It's when they need gold and they need the value to go up is when it stops going down and starts spiking. So when it goes up, it's because of that. And I would buy as much silver and gold because I think the premiums are bullshit. If you really think of it, it's an $8 premium on silver. So it's $22. You buy them for $28, $29, $30. That's a general because the 22 isn't real and the premium isn't real. The premium is you're getting the 30 based on the 22. Well, that's not reality. The 22 is not reality. Gold at 1,800 an ounce, and you're selling it on, well, we'll sell it for 100 over premium. That's not real because the 1,800 isn't real. That's the problem. So just watch how much money gets printed. That means it's the value. That means you need more money to buy the same good. I need $9 to buy this. Soon I'll need $12 to buy this. This is still a freaking gadget. It's still, it's a $2 item, but because I keep fucking with the money supply, I need more dollars because the more I make, the less it's worth to buy the same fucking product. That's what's happening. So gold has to be worth a lot more than it is because they keep printing more. Just on the basic premise, the more I print, the less it's worth. Gold has to be 3,000-4,000 at this point because they're just printing more money, making the value. But because they price fix it, it keeps the price down. The price is nowhere near reality, and eventually it'll go there. And that's why when it goes to 10 grand, that's the real price. So just be careful with the dollars. Anything else? All right, I'm going to go watch Army beat Navy and probably won't go over 35, but we'll see. I don't know what the weather is. I know there was a tornado in Kentucky, and I don't know if that weather has gotten into Philadelphia where the Army-Navy game is. All right, good luck. If you have any questions, www.teaserking.com. Ask questions. I've given you all the games for tomorrow a second time. As far as I know, Joe Burrow, the key injury is playing. He's probable. I believe he's playing. If you see the line go to 3 and he's not playing, then you probably just play the game under because I don't know who the backup is, and it's an NFL guy. That's the problem we have when we think the backup sucks, and we bet against the backup, and he's good. In the case of Fields and Lawrence and Tagliavua, we know they suck, so it doesn't matter there. But like Heineke in Washington is good. Andy Dalton's good for Chicago, but he's the one out, not Fields. So keep an eye on that. And again, I don't know why the Detroit-Denver line went to 10. Maybe Goff's out, but they're not saying. But I don't know. It doesn't make sense that the line jumped like that. And Jake Fromm, he's the champ. Okay, everybody, have a great day. Good luck. www.teaserking.com.